Everything that Moore stood for, I really loved.
I was attracted to Moore because it has all women and a small group. There's kind of like a camaraderie, and
To feel like I was a part of a community and not just like another student.
Everyone has their own sense of style.
Moore has given me knowledge, it's given me connections, it's given me professional development. All of that combined together gives me everything that I need to succeed.
Moore was founded in 1848 as a school to place women in careers. And we have taken that inspiring career message and really followed it through in everything that we do. So unlike a conservatory, the students are here with a trajectory. They are prepared to enter the fields in which they have identified as being important to them. The Visionary Woman Award Scholarship is part of a bigger leadership development project. So they become part of a Visionary Woman Honors Program. And these women get leadership development, they get network development, they are part of a cohort that we believe lasts well beyond when they graduate, and they learn how to make the connections necessary to propel their future.
I have always been drawing ever since I was little. Ever since I can remember kindergarten all the way up through high school, I've had a pencil in my hand. So after applying and getting accepted, which was the dream of a lifetime, I just decided that illustration was the best major for me because it was focused all around drawing. Technical drawing, the concepts, layouts, everything that you need to know to be an illustrator. Moore was my #1 choice, but some of the other options were cheaper. So when I got the awards letter, I knew it. I knew I was coming here. I've had the same dream ever since I was 7. It was to write my own book, hence the creative writing minor, and then turn that into a comic book, and then turn that into an animated show. Ever since I was 7, my vision for the future is to have my own animated show, maybe even a production studio, bridging off of that, being kind of like in charge, but also leading and opening up doors for other people to kind of be where I have been and come through and follow my need.
When I was in kindergarten, I dressed up as an artist for career day. So I have a picture of that. I tend to work really fast, and before coming here, my style was a little more expressive and a little more not as refined, and illustration tends to be more refined. And yeah, the class periods are 6 hours at a time. So you sit down and you work and you focus on one thing and you get really good. I want to illustrate children's books. That's why I came here. I think the thing that I like about children's books is that they're kind of a way to relate across ages, because a children's book really never, at least for me, never grows old. It's always enjoyable. There's always the artwork that you can connect to, and the stories that are simple, but oftentimes, if it's a good book, hold neat meaning.
Well, when I first started here, it was kind of intimidating. I didn't really see myself as an artist because, you know, everyone here is so good. And I didn't go to an art school. I wasn't really trained traditionally in the arts, so I was kind of scared. But now, after being here for 2 years, I would definitely call myself an artist. I like the logos that I create, the branding projects that we work on. I'm actually really happy with what I've been creating these past few weeks. We've been working on the layout of a magazine and a branding company. We had to create our own fictitious company. So I'm doing a record store, and I've been really happy with the stuff I've been creating for that. The scholarship only goes to very few people in each grade. So really, having been picked as one of those few people, I think it's really cool, and that they thought that I was worthy of the scholarship. So that means a lot. I have a lot of things I want to do. I want to travel, of course, to as many countries as I can, especially any countries that speak French, because I love French culture. I would love to keep on designing as a graphic designer, but even now I'm thinking as a textile designer as well, designing different fabrics. I would love to add color to the world because I think I'm a very colorful and happy person, and I would love to spread that around.
Coming into this school, it's making me remember when I was younger, playing in all of these dollhouses and rearranging the furniture and crawling through houses that weren't built yet. You know, and I notice now as I walk through Philadelphia and all of this architecture that, you know, I'm a tourist. I'm like looking around all the time, staring up. I love the structure of the buildings, but interior design, you know, deals with the spaces. And I love that you can walk into a space and feel a certain way. And I've always liked to create these spaces. This is kind of my second chance to get into the proper career. And I want to know all the possibilities. I want to know interior design can lead me to construction, to working with architects, to designing, to building my own furniture. And I want to know a little bit about all of them within these next 2 years so that I head down the right path this time. When I do my designs, I always try and figure out, you know, how you're entering the space and what is your main focus from your eye. What is the first thing that you see? What draws your attention? And how you activate the space, you know. A lot of times these days, everyone is stuck looking down on their smartphones, you know, and people need to look up more. So, you know, interior design, if you can get people to look up and enjoy where they are, it's worth it.
I am the first person to go to college in my family. I always knew that I wanted to go to college, and I didn't know, you know, how I was gonna financially afford it. And just to receive the scholarship is just great to me because it just shows you that people care and they want you to succeed. And so it's been great to have this opportunity to be a visionary woman and that they saw that I was befitting to be one. Moore is very focused on having a career and not only being a student, but being like a working woman. And so they've really pushed this idea of networking. So I've really met a lot of cool alumni women, a lot of business people. The art scene is great here, so I've been able to meet a lot of fantastic artists. And the school in general has just really pushed my design abilities. I feel like I've designed some of the best work I've had since my college career started, so that's always great. I think I'll either get my master's in landscape architecture or social practice. And then, you know, my dream job is to be an exhibition designer for fine art museums. So I would love to travel around the country and the world and do so. And settling down, I really want to own my own gallery. Something small. I don't think I'm going to go for anything too big, but I would love to own my own gallery. So it's a lot of things. I have a long list, but I'm going to get through it.
There could not be two more exemplary honorees. They represent excellence in the fields in which they've chosen. Pat is a remarkable painter. She is a master. Alexa, internationally renowned interior designer. Both of the women who have come to be honored tonight are women who have achieved the pinnacle of their careers.
I didn't decide to be an artist at all. In fact, at 5 years old, I became an artist, or started to become an artist. It was part of me to be an artist. I need to make art. I wanted him to be a great artist. And again, not in the slang use of great, but in the fantastic. Reaching the soul of other people, that's what I wanted. So my work happens in phases, and so each phase is a pushing forward. It looks like a complete overhaul change, but actually they're permutations of a similar idea, which is gravity. My early earlier work was different. Of course, when I was in art school, I couldn't understand what abstraction was. It's taken me a lifetime, really, to understand it. I wanted to take the icon of abstract painting, the derby brushstroke, and have it make an image. Just do it in a scale where it made an image, so they look like a waterfall. And they are a waterfall in the sense of gravity and liquid. I think of painting as a research. I'm not a product maker. I'm a researcher. Slow, not as fast as some others are in their research of any sort. But in any case, research. There is a moment for art when it's in its moment, and then people can see it. But you might make art that's ahead of its time or behind its time or has nothing to do with the moment at all whatsoever, any moment. And it will be hard for people to see it. But if you have to make art every day, if that's what you have to do it.
It became clear that this would potentially be my career path very young because my father was a designer and I worked for him and I felt like he and I had things in common. So I thought, oh, well, maybe I should do what he does. My day is very wildly. I'm in a lot of team meetings if they're construction jobs. I could be designing a product. I could be scheming with my colleagues. It's not unheard of in this office to have a day trip to Texas, to have a 20-hour day where we wake up at the crack of dawn and fly there, do stuff, and fly home. I think that one gets into the business of interior design because on some level you want to please people. It's a strange profession sometimes because it's a luxury, but it's also in a way essential because it's about your home space. So I'm very happy to make people happy in their own surroundings. The most exciting parts of the project are probably when you're first cracking it, when you're first figuring out ways to do it. There's a lot of creative thinking also that's sort of structural creative thinking. You know, why isn't something working? And if you rejiggered things just so, would that, you know, make more sense, or problem solving? And that's fun. I love the process of figuring it out. And then when the client sees it beautifully done for the first time, it's really exciting. You need to know the broad strokes of your business. For a long time, creative people, especially women, were told, you know, you're creative, you don't need to know this. You know, you'll hire someone or you just go ahead and be creative. And I think that's terrible advice. I mean, yes, you're a creative thinker, you have brain power, therefore you should know this because this is your business. I love traveling. So I just got home from Russia, but I love Sweden, I love Berlin, I love Schinkel is one of my favorite architects. You know, I love all kinds of things. I love Bravo TV. I love sitting around eating Cheetos and dipping it in my soup and hoping nobody sees it. You know, I have many things that I enjoy doing, some of them less ambitious than the others. I can find beauty in all kinds of places, and I look for it.
What could be better than working with young women in art and design to help craft their future? What could be better than to witness the evolution of a fine mind and a great talent to be poised to take their place in the future? That's what inspires me. That is what Moore College of Art and Design is all about.